Now back to Experts on Call on News Talk 580 CFRA.
The Ottawa Fall Home Show is coming up next weekend, Thursday the 22nd through Sunday the 25th at the EY Centre. And our guests this hour include the show manager Robert Johnson. Emma Terrell is with us. She's the urban botanist who you just heard from. And this time around, we're pleased to welcome back Jason Berggraf, the executive director of the Greater Ottawa Home Builders Association. Jason, great to chat with you again.
Thanks, Dave. Always a pleasure.
I think the last time we spoke, Jason, was a couple of years ago, I guess, just before COVID, but it's great to have you back again and certainly have you really involved once again, as always, with the Ottawa Fall Home Show. So, Jason, let's talk about the association itself and its history in the Ottawa area.
Sure. I mean, GOBA has been operating for over 70 years now in Ottawa, representing home builders, renovators, land developers, and essentially everybody involved in residential construction. So, you think of homes, single-family homes in suburbia to townhomes to apartment and condo towers. If a resident in Ottawa is living in it right now, more than likely a GOBA member built it.
Wow. Now let's talk about your membership. How does the membership process work, and how many folks do you represent at this time?
Sure. We have about 360 company members, and then usually a number of individuals within each company participate in the association. And what we do is really kind of a peer review vetting process. So members of our association get the names and the contact info of people who want to join, and they can know through someone's reputation, how well they've dealt with other members already, whether that person is a good fit or not.
Okay. Now, what about services that the association provides? I guess you provide to both professional builders and maybe DIYers as well.
Yeah, the big thing we do, obviously, is policy and advocacy for our housing policies across the city. But as well, we focus on professional development across all the categories of the industry, especially renovation. And then we focus a lot on getting it in writing and helping consumers make the right choice to choose a professional when either building a home or underdoing a renovation project.
So really, it's a fairly in-depth consultation process as well. Can anyone just call the association at any time? Say, a homeowner is planning to do a renovation. They don't really know where to begin. I know they can probably go to your website right off the bat, but can they contact you by phone perhaps?
Yeah, people can absolutely contact us. We're happy to provide our directory. It is on our website, as you mentioned, goba.ca, GOHBA.ca. So you can see the entire listing there. And we're happy to kind of walk through, and there's a number of hashtags for each category of membership. So you can kind of really, really drill down to someone who specializes in kitchens or basement renovations, say.
Now, why is it so important, Jason, for an individual to hire a professional when building is required or renovating is required?
Well, not only do you want the top quality of work, but it's really a liability issue. If you hire someone for cash, say on your job site, and they end up hurting themselves, if you hire a roofer and they fall off that roof, you are the one who's liable. If there's no contract, if they're not paying into their WSIB, if you're paying them cash, you're going to be the one who's held responsible for their injuries. So ultimately, in order to protect yourself and again to get the best quality job, you should hire a professional renovator or home builder.
All right, let's get to the show itself. The Ottawa Fall Home Show is coming up, as I mentioned, next weekend, the 22nd to the 25th at the EY Centre. How long has GOBA been involved with the fall or any of the home shows for that matter?
Oh my goodness, more years than I've been around in the association. Certainly, well over 10 at this point.
Wow.
It's really great to be back after a couple of years where things had to be virtual. We're really looking forward to this particular show where we finally get to go back and really highlight the awards finalists that we have this year.
Okay. Now, the awards finalists, let's talk about that. These are design awards, I believe. And it seems to me this is the 39th annual. Is that correct?
Yeah, 39th year in a row. Last 2 years we had to do virtually on video, and this year we're finally back in person later on this fall. But the really fun thing, the thing I enjoy the most is the home show voting. Is you get a chance to go review the finalists. You can see, all the the projects that were deemed by judges as the best of the year. See the boards with pictures and a written a write-up of what was the goal and who did it and why they did it in many cases. And then you get a chance to be the one who kind of picks what you like the best in terms of production homes or custom home renovations, kitchen and bathroom redesigns. You get to be the one who finally chooses which was the best project of the year.
So those are some of the categories that folks can vote on when they come by, like a redesigned kitchen, perhaps a redesigned bathroom.
Yeah, so for our finalists this year in 52 categories, we had over 200 finalist entries. And for the final round of voting at the Fall Home Show, or you can do it online as well, but at the Fall Home Show, you'll see a display of 16 16 entries. That'll be the finalists for this year, and the one who gets chosen by public vote gets to be the All Things Home People's Choice Award winner, which is one of the most prestigious awards we actually give out because it's chosen by the public.
Wow, that sounds terrific. Now, when will the winners be announced, and how does that process work?
So we're going to have a gala on October 15th. Very happy, to say that it's a sold out show. Again, back for the first time in person in over 2 years. So on October 15th, we're going to have that awards ceremony with the industry and the finalists, and then have that announcement that day.
Big build up for that great announcement coming up in October. Be sure to get down to the Ottawa Fall Home Show and check out the different categories and vote. Now, where specifically at the show can folks vote? Is it at the GOBA booth?
Yeah, you can. So you can vote online at gobavote.ca. Again, GOHBAVOTE.ca. But you can also vote in person at our booth at the home show. So if you're going by the numbers, it's booth 1033. It'll be along the back corridor right behind the big Sleep Country display. It'll be very hard to miss, though, because, again, you're looking at 200 poster boards with big pictures of a number of projects from across the city. So it'll be impossible to miss.
All right. Looking forward to seeing that for sure. Now, I want to touch on an ad that GOBA placed back in September. I guess it was September 10th in the Ottawa Citizen. About the housing supply crisis that really seems to be looming or has been a problem or an issue over the past while here in the Ottawa area. Let's talk about that and what prompted the ad.
Sure. So luckily, I have an opportunity to kind of write a column every month in the Citizen and place it in that housing section. And what I like to really focus on is what we are saying to councillors and and at City Hall in our meetings, so that everyone across the city can know what we're talking about, what we're asking for, what the industry's concerns are. And really, housing affordability and supply has been an issue for quite a while now. Not only it was starting to become an issue before COVID, it certainly has been since, just in terms of the availability of homes and the amount of demand there are for homes. It was an issue in the provincial election and the federal one before that even. So what we're really trying to focus on is to get mayoral candidates to really acknowledge the supply crunch that we have. And Will Dunning's report really highlighted that when you look at household demographics, we should have built close to 30,000 more homes than what we did over the past 15 years. So that it's really critical that we recognize that we have a shortfall of homes and that we need to really step up our plans to build more homes in the future.
Now, more information on this can be found, I guess, on the GOBA website.
Yes, absolutely. We post a lot of info under our news categories, and I'm always happy to talk to anyone who wants to talk about housing as well. All
right. Getting back to the Ottawa Fall Home Show, Jason, we mentioned it before, but let's review again the location of the GOBA booth at the show.
Yeah, we're along the back corridor, right behind the Sleep Country big bed display there. And we'll have a very tall display. Usually it's about 3 poster boards tall, so that we can put on our 200 finalists, so that members of the public can check it out. And if you're looking for even inspiration, for a project. You want to redesign your kitchen, but you're not quite sure how, what you want to do with it. Come by the booth. There'll be, a dozen or so of the best kitchen renovations done this year. And find yourself a little inspiration there.
Jason Berggraf, we're right out of time, Executive Director of the Greater Ottawa Home Builders Association. Thanks so much for coming by, Jason. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
After the break, we'll bring Robert Johnson, manager of the Ottawa Fall Home Show, back into the conversation. A reminder, too, that you can find the Ottawa Fall Home Show info online at ottawafallhomeshow.com. Back in a moment on News Talk 580 CFRA.
We'll return with more Experts on Call on News Talk 580 CFRA.